Crypto Capital Venture made a new video on the Bitcoin spot ETF approval. So that's an amazing thing people have been waiting for. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing today. The spot ETF approval has been a talk of the town for a long time. But spot Crypto Capital Venture has been about crypto in 5 years now. And this spot ETF, people are absolutely excited. They're reacting to it. They're talking about it. It's really bringing crypto community together. If it's false news, if it's not full false news, if it's going to get approved or not, it's really a beautiful thing to see. As people are finally taking aside, and building crypto communities together, unifying basically for one single thing, and that is getting the spot ETFs approved. So that's the really exciting thing. If you ask me, I feel like a lot of people have been talking a talk of the town back in 2018 when it was denied, because we didn't know what crypto was. Crypto really is like your aunt coming to, family dinner, but you don't know why she's coming. And you don't really want your aunt to be at the family dinner, but because she brings like a ton of gifts, then it's also pretty awesome. So you kind of start to like her. And then every single year or every single month, you see your aunt again and you expect more gifts, right? And sometimes she brings you stupid gifts like socks. Who's going to use socks anyway? And other times she brings you cash. So that's where really Bitcoin is. Sometimes we get really good news. Sometimes we get terrible news, which really does not matter and shouldn't be even talked about in that sense. And that's where I find the real excitement is crypto is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And with the spot ETF, we don't know if it's going to get declined. We don't know if the whales are going to sell 100 million next day, because the whales do know what's going on in the market. The whales do know what they are doing. And here's where I find it really exciting is just the massive price potential this could have. Just imagine the impact of Bitcoin being listed on the major exchanges that we have been waiting for such a long time.
Today's price is around 79,000 Bitcoin. Imagine $79,000 Bitcoin being scooped up. And I saw somebody kind of did the math. This could equate to around a $61,000 Bitcoin. So there's this premise, there's this case that Bitcoin, off of this week's news, the approval and the inflow of capital scooping up BTC, it could achieve $61,000 Bitcoin. So now we have this piece of data in play with that initial lower high Fibonacci resistance, right? 47,000 to 58,000. I first want to say, I'm going to give you my thoughts on what I think is going to happen. I want to say, if Bitcoin breaks, first off, if Bitcoin breaks nicely above the 618 line at 48.
What's 618 line? I think when 61,000, I think that was like all-time highs.
8,000, that's a big move. That's something it really has not done. But if it actually breaks above that line and approaches the 786 at $57,000, pre-Bitcoin halving.
I mean, $67,000 is not going to be simple at all. People think it's going to be easy. But last time that happened, there was actually a massive problem in the crypto space, and every single whale decided to sell. Sure, it could last, but it doesn't mean it will in that sense. So that's where I really don't know if these levels are going to be sustainable in that sense. But I'm definitely hopeful that they would be. That would be pretty cool.
And then it breaks above $57,000. This is massive. This is absolutely massive for Bitcoin, right? We have the short-term symmetrical triangle, shorter-term symmetrical triangle we've been talking about. It's a $50,000 target. I think that is a very normal move for Bitcoin with or without the Bitcoin spot ETF. I think that's an area that Bitcoin price could achieve very easily this week.
So 67,000 before the halving would be an absolute incredible move. The chance of it happening, I don't know how big it is in that example. Something I'm worried about with the Bitcoin halving basically is nobody knows for sure where crypto will go in the next few years, and you can't really predict if Bitcoin is going to be seeing 67,000, but if it does, it's going to bring a ton of people back. It's going to be like a unification of sorts, and that's going to be the real awesome stuff inbound for for what people have been waiting for such a long time, to basically have all these people together. As you said, your aunt coming here and seeing these prices. It's what happened in the last bull run. I heard people talking in the gym about crypto all the time. Now they stopped talking about it, mostly because it's not those bear markets, not those prices we saw before, but it's a good start. It's definitely a good start to make people come back.
Bitcoin could break through $60,000 and do something it hasn't done in previous cycles. But at the same time, when I really start thinking about it, when I really start visualizing the news coming out, right? When I start visualizing it, I can't help but think that there is going to be so much volatility.
That's for sure. I definitely think when the prices are so high, someone could end up selling everything overnight, and that's where the big problem definitely lies in that sense. Like, who knows how far these prices can go, where they can go. It's problematic. It's problematic for sure, but I am still hopeful to see basically these prices improve in that sense, seeing some major opportunities in that aspect. Who will basically know what the prices are, right? Nobody knows for sure. And I am really hopeful in that sense that we are going to be seeing more of cryptos exploding like that. But if you guys want to be kept up more to date, smash that like button as well. Definitely tells me the whales are inbound.
If it gets approved,
and it's gonna get approved. It's like the 100% approval rate. It's absolutely gonna get approved. Nobody thinks it wouldn't get approved because it's cool. It's just pretty much awesome. Everyone likes it. Why wouldn't it get approved? So that's something I'm excited about.
The pump off of the news, crashing back down, shorts come into play. They get liquidated as it pumps right back off of some type of short-term support, up and down volatility. And all the while, and I think this is what's important to me as a macro investor, the Bitcoin spot ETF, this whole era and all of this speculation and anticipation, it's going to be over soon. And
so yes, finally we're going to get our answer. What is happening with crypto? What's not happening with crypto? That's going to be the exciting part about it, is there's not going to be any more bad price calls or bad price predictions of where crypto will go. So I am definitely hopeful to see more of crypto rises, of more crypto pumps, and they're going to happen in the long-term sense. But right now, we still aren't too sure of what the whales will do. It all depends on the whales. If they decide to sell everything, we could be a bit of pickle. But as long as we get listed, we could get this small pump that everyone has been waiting for. Again, the big problem is that the whales right now are selling it big. And they're basically selling and dumping a ton of Bitcoin. So how can you get those prices to 67,000? It's going to be really hard. But if you guys want more content like this, smash that like button. And I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Until next time, peace everyone. The reason why Ethereum is down so much is actually very, very simple. Celsius sold 266 million, and that's what really kept Celsius at bay. Because they went bankrupt. If you don't know what Celsius was back in 2021, they were one of the biggest lending platforms. Now they're being liquidated and they have to sell it all, or at least in the bankruptcy proceedings, they have to return some of that money. So I guess they had to sell their Ethereum, which kind of makes sense. They had tons of money and had to sell most of it, which was problematic for sure. In that aspect, like, I definitely feel like a lot of people are now really realizing how big the Celsius problem actually was. So it was definitely very problematic for that sense. But in the long term, I think this is going to be good that basically Celsius sold everything, because now they can pay back to lenders. The lenders can get back to crypto. But if you're probably wondering why Ethereum is down so much, there's your answer. Ethereum has been under huge selling pressure by these companies who are coming back to crypto, and, well, basically seeing these dips that we are noticing right now. So not too much of a problem, right? Right now, maybe no, maybe later. And that's where I really feel that Celsius could have seen more of that potential, more of those future price spikes, things like that. But in reality, what I do think for Celsius right now is the biggest problem is basically a lot of the Ethereum community is very mad. I don't think this will impact Celsius Ethereum's price long term, because long term, if Ethereum gets listed on the crypto exchanges, this could be absolutely incredible. And that's where I'm really excited about. Like, we could be seeing some major price changes. So that's going to be an incredible thing when the spot ETF for Ethereum comes around. And it's not confirmed right now, but I definitely think it's in plan at some point after Bitcoin, maybe in 2025. So this is going to be a drop in the bucket for those 266 million. But they literally sold 266 million through custody. So they sold it to, for example, without dumping the price on the open market, they sold it privately. But instead, the price still ended up dropping because maybe they have sold some to some institutions. They decided to buy it. They sold 72 million here, 73, 22 million. Obviously, big numbers, right? So it really makes you think. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated with more updates on Ethereum. Until next time, peace everyone. So Crypto News is now making videos. If you don't know who Crypto News is, it's basically one of the biggest websites, German websites, that I know of for cryptocurrencies, basically. And today they basically compared Ethereum and Solana. Now, there's a big difference between these two. They're both awesome coins, but there's still a big difference. Solana just had a huge sell-off of 266 million. What's happening? I'm your host. And if you want more content like this, you know what to do. The like button is right there. So I really appreciate all the support. But they made like this little graph. Well, they shown this little graph. I think someone else made it. Anyway, it does not matter. Transactional latency of Solana is 0.4 seconds, while Ethereum is 5 minutes. Average fee per transaction is 0.0015, while Ethereum is $15. Transaction per second for Ethereum is 15. So this chart makes me like just show that why Ethereum exactly is just picked way more. Well, why Solana is picked way more than any other tokens. Look at this. Tron even has free transactions, which is absolutely insane. Like, how can you make something free? But Solana seems like it doesn't have anything. Cardano is 25 cents, and it's a bit older. So there's where I think people have started buying Solana because it has major potential. All these major price hikes. So there is tons of opportunities in that sense. Exactly as we wanted to see it, right? We wanted to see some sort of a bull run in that sense. And this is where Solana really does have that price opportunity.
And of the revenue will be going to Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum is definitely here to stay because these layer 2 such as OP, Optimism, Arbitrum, and etc., Immutable X are pretty much and will pretty much explode in the next bull market or this upcoming bull market. So we're gonna see mass revenue fees, 20% of it going to Ethereum, and of course, yeah, and not Solana, just to Ethereum. So having a look at Ethereum right now, currently sitting, of course, a 24-hour traded volume is sitting at $18 billion. If we have a look right here, we can...
So yeah, Ethereum is still the top, the first one to be picked by most. The problem I see with Ethereum is right now, most people just don't feel it's going to be the main factor, the main indicator. That's where I think Ethereum might fall behind off. But in the long term, I definitely think it does have that price potential. So, while Ethereum is like behind here with transactions, with gas fees, they are releasing a massive upgrade this year, and they did reveal these plans to actually push out Ethereum in that sense, to push out the use cases they have prepared for it. So that's where I really think there's going to be possible price opportunity for Ethereum. So I am definitely hopeful in that sense, but still very early to say, very early to hear. But that being said, what do you guys think? What do you guys feel like that Ethereum will provide? You know, because I do feel there is potential for Ethereum. It's just that most people, they haven't even noticed it about yet because it hasn't been listed as a spot ETF yet. So that's the big problem with ETH right now. But in the long-term sense, there is definitely a lot of possibility to see some major growth. So that's what I'm really excited about for ETH. Again, there could be anything happening at that point with ETH, but right now, Solana is leading because it has a bigger backing. It has more of these price opportunities. Maybe in the long term, there's going to be different crypto coins, though.
Now, it's like saying KDA Cadena. KDA Cadena is a new proof of work. Okay, now proof of work, guys, we know how proof of work is, right? It's very hard to scale a proof of work eco, but we know the security is there. Now, Solana and Ethereum, because they both switched to proof of stake, we know how bad the security can be. So KDA claims it could do up to 480,000 transactions per second. Yet, am I here or are people saying that KDA will flip Ethereum? No, even though it does solve the trilemma, I don't think that.
This is the problem. Like, everyone was talking about Cardano in 2018, but now Cardano is really far behind compared to Solana, for example, or compared to Polkadot, or compared to Tron. That's why most people are buying like tokens like AVAX and Solana, because they're fresher, and the crypto industry is really moving around fast, with Ethereum falling behind. With all these transactions and 5-minute waiting times, you can't really pay for a coffee. So I think a lot of people are frustrated really with the tokens we have at this point right now. Doesn't mean it's going to be that bad for the future, though. And that's where price potential really does exist for these cryptos in that sense. So I will keep you updated on that as well in another video I'm going to be making. So if that's something you're interested in, also smash that like button if you have not already. But anyway, guys, there you have it. There's a big difference between Solana and Ethereum. The reason why Solana is growing right now is because of the fast transactions, no fees, no nothing at all. So there is opportunity for sure. But I think in the long term, crypto like Ethereum is always going to stay around. So if you want more content like this, smash that like, and peace everyone. Oh boy, I probably made about 10 videos on XRP ETF, and I'm exploring crypto. So what's happening, everyone? If you want to be kept up to date with my crypto journey, be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already, because this is my crypto news, and we're going to be looking today at Grayscale adding XRP to its GDLC fund. So XRP holders have been probably really excited for XRP because with the lawsuit over, new year beginning, we are going to be probably seeing more of these awesome developments that we have been waiting for such a long time, really, in the XRP space. So that's pretty cool. But when we look at the long-term aspects, here's where I really think XRP could win. And that's with XRP's massive potential on being the next blockchain network in Asia. So Asia, I think it's seriously undertapped in my opinion, from what I discovered from my journaling. Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund even added XRP. Okay, it added such a small amount, like 2.5%. When you look at their big stats, this is actually insane because Solana being 3.65%, XRP is not that far behind, even hold a bit of AVAX. So this is pretty good fund, I would say.
Which makes sense.
This is another, like, this is probably pre-ETF. So this happens before an ETF comes by. It's definitely a very big price potential that a lot of people have been talking about for possibly generations now.
2.54%, that is the XRP. They're doing it right now in the most updated holdings as of, you cannot see it right there, but I'm going to move it right here, as of January the 5th, so today. That's good news, everybody. I'll take him. Let me tell you the full story. Don't go.
So this, look at this. XRP 2.5% might not seem like a lot, but these literally hold multiple billions. So this is Grayscale is one of those biggest institutions, and they also hold decentralized fund, which is actually a maker. They hold some AV. They hold some. I don't think decentralization is the future, but they're still going to offer a fund for it because why not? So that's one thing to consider.
Yet we don't see anything other different chains, only of course Ethereum, MakerDAO, Aave. So definitely they know what they're putting their money in. Some smart contract platform, X Ethereum fund. So no Ethereum, but Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Polkadot, Polygon, Cosmos. When are we going to see some of the ones that we're looking at? Well, I think for a lot of people, seeing the XRP that's been relisted or re-added, that's always really good news. And you know, I'm looking around to the entire XRP community, and well, you don't have to go that far to see breaking, huge coming for XRP.
So yeah, this is definitely big because I think the big whales probably bought a lot of XRP after the lawsuit was over. So definitely awesome news for any XRP holders right now. Like, wouldn't you be excited if this happened to your XRP holdings? I definitely would be. To me, it means a lot. Like, we have been waiting this for such a long time, and with it being added to the fund, sure, it might not seem a lot, but it's becoming a grander thing. It's becoming a bigger thing that a lot of people have been waiting for. Grayscale previously removed XRP because of the lawsuit. Now with the lawsuit over, they just decided to add it back, which is huge news.
So recall that Grayscale had already, listed that, but because of the lawsuit, they were removed. Nonetheless, after the agency charged Ripple for alleging its registered security offerings, they witnessed intense sell-offs. So imagine, not only you're getting sued, your executives.
Yeah, so XRP was basically being completely destroyed by the SEC. And it saw sell-offs. It saw the calls emerge as major US-based exchange Coinbase and Kraken relisted XRP. So that's when the prices really went up. So XRP was really brutally annihilated. I'm not saying if it was good or bad. I'm not going to be going into legal stuff here. But the price was completely destroyed. And now XRP can see normal price movements. Look, this was between the lawsuit. This was a bit after the lawsuit. This was during the lawsuit. So now it's basically never going to be like lawsuit prices again, which is absolutely incredible. But if you guys want to be kept up to more content like this, you know what to do. Smash that like button, and I will keep you guys updated with more news. Till next time, peace out.